Morning everybody, I'm just going to run you through where we're at with our algebra and the work we've been doing on my maths. So we've basically been doing a number of tasks to try to achieve these learning objectives. The end goal ultimately is to be able to solve algebraic expressions and equations to solve the problem to find the unknown. Now to do that there are lots of different techniques that you'll need to employ, and that's why I've been doing all these different tasks. So you can stop the video and look at this at your leisure, but here's the tasks that we've been doing. We started with simplifying some terms, collecting the right terms and putting them in context in perimeters, but you did really well with that one, 79%. You then did some expansion of single brackets, getting 63%, which wasn't too bad. And then you worked in reverse with a really tough set of questions, and you got 75% somehow on that one. So this is the reverse of this. This is a difficult one, but hey, you did really well. And then the following week, I gave you an easier task of similar style to what you've been doing in 5 and 6 in terms of substituting values, but you didn't do so well on that. I don't know why. It was a bit weird. Some people, I think, maybe will have forgotten BIMDAS or BIDMAS, and some people maybe will have messed up because of the large numbers and the mental arithmetic, maybe not writing down the numbers on paper to work things out. So I think that's the problem there. But if you can go through that again for me and improve that score, that would be great. As it says here, people either aced it or they bombed out with it. So if you're one of the people that bombed out, if you could take it again when I show you how to attack the problems in a minute, that would be great. And I'll also show you how to retake in my maths as well. We then did some work on the order of operations just to remind ourselves about BIMDAS or BIDMAS, and then you did some solving of equations, some simple stuff, single step work at the beginning, and then moving on to multi-step work at the end, which is ultimately where we're aiming to get to. So we're just going to improve on what we've done already this week and just make sure that we haven't got any holes in our understanding. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is just go through, for those people that didn't do so well on the substitution work, what the task actually is and how to tackle it. So this is an example of the homework task on my maths. So it gives you some expressions here and some values for the unknown letter, if you like, or the variable. And we have to substitute this value into the expression and find the answer. So instead of a plus 9, I'm going to write 8. Oops, let's get a pen. Let's go for 8 plus 9. So it's just that written again, but 8 instead of a, to give us 17 as our answer. Then we've got 9 lots of c plus 9, so effectively it's 9 lots of 3 plus 9. Now the symbol between the 9 and the bracket, because I said 9 lots of 3 plus 9, it doesn't show it, but it is an equivalent of the equal sign, the multiplied sign there. So that gives us 9 lots of 12, 108 is our answer. Excuse me. Okay, so 26 next. The numbers getting a little bit more difficult. So n is 26 plus 7, all divided by 3. Now this one here, because it's got a divide, it means everything on the top done first, divided by 3. So 26 plus 7 is 33, divided by 3, the good old 11 times table, 11. So next one, we've got another do everything on the top before you do the division. So 4 lots of 8, subtract 8, all divided by 2. Now we've got to do everything on the top first. You can think about this as almost having brackets around it, but we've got to do the multiplication before we do the minus. So this is 32, 4 lots of 8, take away the 8, all divided by 2. 24 divided by 2 is 12. Okay, you get the idea, and you can carry on with the last one there. This one is a really wordy question, not so obvious and easy to do, but it tells you the maximum size for a TV, the formula is this, and the minimum size that you should have is this. And we're told the distance that the people are going to be sitting away from the TV, and we're asked to find out the maximum or the biggest size and the minimum size by using these equations. So 2D divided by 3 plus 3. So we've got to do this bit before we add the 3. Well, D is 84, so it's 2 lots of 84 divided by 3 plus 3. So 2 times by 84 is 168 divided by 3 plus 3. Now I know that 3 lots of 50 is 150, but I need another 18, so that's another 3 lots of 6 each, so that's going to be 56 plus 3, so our maximum size is 59, and our minimum size, which was D divided by 3 minus 3, so now we've got 84 divided by 3 minus 3. 3's into 84 goes 28 times, minus 3 is 25. So we've got an answer of 59.25 to put into there. Now I've done that mentally in my head, but you don't have to. You can do an aside and do some long division if you need to, but take time and get those answers right. Okay, this one we're asked to substitute values into these formula. A multiplication and addition, so it's checking that you can do your BIMDAS. A number take away this multiplication, so we've got to do that bit before we do the 10 take away bit. We've got a division, so we've got to do everything on the top before we do the division. And this bit here, we've got to do 6 times by x first, then divide it by 7. Once we've got this bit done, we can then take away 35. Okay, so it's just a recap on pushing you to make sure that you're using BIMDAS, or BIDMAS if you prefer, even in your algebraic expressions. So 4 lots of negative 7, we're going to deal with negatives here as well, aren't we? So 4 lots of negative 7 is negative 28 plus 2 equals negative 26. The 14, 4 lots of 14, well, I can't find my head, but 2 lots of 14 is 28, and another 2 lots of that is going to keep doubling it to make it 4 lots. So double 28, I get 56. So 56 plus 2 is 58. And when x is 0, 4 lots of nothing is nothing, plus 2 is just 2. So the next one, 10 take away 2x. So now we've got 10 take away 2 lots of negative 7. 2 lots of negative 7 is negative 14. So effectively we've got 10 take away negative 14. And when you take away a negative amount, it's the same as adding. So it becomes 10 plus 14 to give us 24. Okay, I won't go through those on this one, but on this one, negative 7 times by 6, so 6 lots of negative 7 is what it's asking us. Then take away 35, all divided by 7. So 6 lots of negative 7 is equal to negative 42. Take away 35, and then it was all divided by 7. So negative 42 take away 35 is negative 77 divided by 7, the good old 11 times table. That's negative 11. Okay, and then on this one over here, we've got negative 7 going in there. So 6 lots of negative 7 is negative 42, all divided by 7, and then take away the 35. So the 42 divided by negative 7 is negative 42 divided by 7 is negative 6. Take away 35. And we are left with negative 41. Okay, and if x is 0 in this case, 6 lots of 0 is nothing. 0 divided by 7 is still 0, so we're just left with negative 35. Okay, so work that through. Now when you come and do this on My Maths, just bear in mind that when you go to my homework, you get to see the work that's due or is overdue, and you get to see the lesson before you do, and hopefully you take the lesson before you do the homework task, but you don't get to see anything you've already taken. But if you go to my feed, for instance on the substitution that I've just shown you, you can see the task that you did. It gives you your score as well, but if you click on it again, it will allow you to retake that task and resubmit it and hopefully improve your mark. Okay, so if you can do that, that would be brilliant, and then I'll explain more in Google Classroom about what we're doing in terms of building on that work. Okay, thanks a lot.